And this story, the genre is a myth, okay? So I'm going to review, I know we talked about this yesterday. I pulled this up on the Clever Touch, but let's review what a myth is. And I'm going to pull it up really big up here. Okay, listen.
Why Fir Tree Keeps His Leaves is a myth. A myth is a made-up story. Explains why things are the way they are. Has an important lesson or message.
Okay, so today when we read this story, Why Fir Tree Keeps His Leaves, it's a myth. So what are some of the elements that we know it's going to have? Ingrid?
It is made up.
It's made up, so this story is not true. It's totally made up. It's not real. Lewis?
Explains why things are the way they are.
Yeah, thank you, Lewis. It explains things the way, or the reason why they are the way they are. Okay? And there's also one last thing. What is the last thing that it does, Keaton?
It has an important lesson or message.
Yep, so at the end of the story, we're going to see, is there an important lesson that we learn, or is there a message that they're trying to teach us? Okay? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the page you guys are on. And our inquiry question is, how does a character's point of view help them understand the theme? So this week we're going to be talking about point of view and theme again. Okay, let's start over here on the very first paragraph. I want everybody finger tracking, following along. And put your finger or your pencil or something on the word lawn. Okay, I'm going to wait till everybody is ready. How about use your finger not please? Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, John, I'm going to have you start really loud.
Long ago ancient times,
Mother Nature.
given
No, sound that word out.
each
Go.
tree different
Purpose.
purpose.
However,
However, she did not share the events with the trees.
okay, so long ago in ancient times means very old times. There's Mother Nature. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Mother Nature, but Mother Nature is kind of the mother of our nature and kind of our weather and all of everything that's outside. Okay? Do you think she's a real person?
No.
No, she's not real. Okay? She's a myth. She's just made up. Okay? So when you look outside, you can say, oh, Mother Nature is being nice today because we have the sun, it's shining, the weather's nice. So Mother Nature is being nice today to us. It looks beautiful out. It's a little chilly, but it's beautiful. So Mother Nature is not a real person. It's just what we call outside nature and our weather. Okay? So Mother Nature gave each tree a different purpose. So there's a reason why we have each tree. Okay? And however, she did not share her reasons with the trees. So the trees don't know why they have a purpose or a reason. She did not share that with them. Okay, we're going to start with the fir tree. Libby, would you start with the fir tree?
Fir trees had three friends: maple, oak, and
Elm.
During the first summer, they saw birds and squirrels playing in barns, corn, and
Tomato.
tomato crops. The breeze blew
And rustled. That's one of our vocabulary words. Rustled.
rustled their leaves. The
three friends. So the three friends are the maple tree, the oak tree, and the elm tree. And then she said during the first summer, they saw bird and squirrel play in the farmer's corn and tomato crops. And the breeze blew and rustled the leaves, and the sun was shining and warm on them. Okay? All right, that was in the summer. Lewis, would you read the next paragraph slowly, please?
I have a question.
Sure.
Is Mother Nature like what does Mother Nature mean?
It just means outside when you look at nature. It's just nature, and we just call her the mother. She's the mother of outside, of the wilderness, the wild, the weather. She's just kind of the mother of outside. Okay?
It's pretty much God's wife.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Lewis. Can you start with?
Then the first fall arrived, farmer harvest wanted. He had grown maple, oak, and elm. Elm's leaves turned beautiful shades of orange, red, and yellow. The leaves shone as golden as the sun. Here, trees' leaves stayed green.
Uh-oh. So, summer passed, and here comes fall. And in the fall, the farmer is harvesting his crops. And then what happens? Put them on. They're not a twin. What happens as the farmer is harvesting his crops? What happens to the trees? What happens, Ellie? What happens? Okay, look at them right here. Here's the three trees. We have maple and oak and elm. These are the three trees. And what are happening to their leaves? They're not quite falling down yet. What happens to their leaves? Do you have a friend to help you? Lily, can you help her?
Leaves change color.
Yeah, the leaves are changing, and they say into beautiful shades of orange, red, and yellow. Look, here's fir tree right here. What happens to him, Addie?
He doesn't change.
He doesn't change. He just gets to stay green. So
That's
how do you think he's feeling? Look at his face.
sad.
Sad.
Horrible. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, this isn't fair. They're turning beautiful colors, and they look happy. They all got smiles.
eventually the trees are gonna feel
better,
bad
and they're
because
gonna
he's
be-
gonna keep all of his
Okay.
leaves.
Okay. So right now though, he's feeling kind of sad. He's like, oh, they're so beautiful, but I'm seeing green. But maybe, John, what do you think might happen?
All the other trees are gonna lose all their leaves except him.
And then they might feel bare, and he might be like, yes, I got leaves, right?
Yeah, on the next page.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next paragraph. We're right down here. Please have everyone finger tracking right down here. Tyson, would you read about fir tree? Complained.
Fir tree complained to Mother Nature, I don't like my leaves. I want them to change colors like my friend's leaves. Be patient, Mother Nature.
Replied.
You will learn
Your purpose.
your purpose.
Okay, so Mother Nature said to him, because he's kind of complaining. He's like, oh, my leaves are not turning colors. I want to be beautiful and colorful like my friends. And Mother Nature said, be patient. You will learn your purpose. So there's a reason why you're not turning beautiful colors. Okay, turn the page.
Because he's a pine
Okay. So now we're at the top here. All right. Can I have Addie? Would you start reading that really loud?
So fir tree waited the
temperature.
Temperature dropped even more. Bird flew south and squirrel was now here. Nowhere around Maple Oak and lost their leaves, but bird trees, green leaves remind to snow. Remain. Soon the blanket.
Soon what? Soon snow.
Soon snow. Blanketed the ground.
What does that mean, Addie? Snow blanketed the ground.
Blanketed means like you can't see anything on the ground. It's just snow.
It's just covered, right? Like a blanket covers you at nighttime, and usually it covers like your whole body, maybe not your head, but it covers your whole body. That's what the snow did. It just kind of made a blanket across the ground. Okay? So fir tree is waiting. So here's fir tree. He's waiting. The temperatures drop, and it gets cold, and then the bird and squirrel are nowhere to be found because the bird will migrate. It'll fly south. The squirrel will hibernate. It'll sleep all winter long, so there's no animals. And look at the maple, the oak, and the elm tree. They lose their leaves. And except for the fir tree. Okay? Now, if you just got in here, my friends, we're on the next paragraph again. And Wyatt, I'm going to have you start reading.
Again, fir tree.
Thomas? Yep.
Again, fir tree protested to Mother Nature. Why am I different? Why don't I have stages and chains like my friends? I seem to be stuck in one thing.
Okay, so the tree is kind of protesting and saying, why don't I change? All my friends are changing, but I'm just stuck here. So just like you guys, you changed from a baby to a second grader.
And a third one.
Okay? This is kind of like
still the
This is kind of like Mrs. Murphy and Mrs. Nagel right now for the rest of our lives. We're not going to, well, I shouldn't say we're not going to change. We're going to change very little. We're pretty much stuck here. The same size, probably the same height, the same weight. Yep. The only thing that might change is we're going to get older, wrinkly. Our hair might change colors. But
And then your hair's gonna be.
I don't want.
we're not making the big changes like you guys are. So the fruit tree is saying, why am I just stuck here? Okay, why am I not changing? Lewis.
That's this squirrel up here. It has two arms, 2 legs, and 2 arms up there. It winds their fingers.
I think it's supposed to be his ears.
They look like
Okay,
fingers.
all right, now we're on the next paragraph right here. And I'm going to have Brooklyn read that paragraph. Be patient.
Mother Nature replied. Soon you will be deployed.
No, we have that word today. What was that word from earlier today?
Deployed.
No, sound it out. It's right here.
I know it, but I can't say it.
Develop.
Develop and understand your promise.
No, not promise. Purpose. Sound it out. Purpose. And I know that ending. Purpose. The ending breaks the rules, but the P-U-R, you should be able to get that. P, as says pa, and the U-R says Purpose. Okay, so Mother Nature says, just be patient. Fir tree's not being patient. Kind of like you guys sometimes. Be patient. You will learn your purpose. Okay, the next paragraph. Ellie, yes, did you read that? Really loud. Ellie, can you read a little bit louder, please? You have a quiet voice.
Just when squirrel appeared on the edge of the forest, she was cold when she went inside the forest. She saw Maple. She asked
Maple if she could build a warm nest in his branches. I wonder what's gonna happen. Is Squirrel gonna be able to do that? Elliot, would you read up here?
Maple said he didn't have any leaves. She asked, oh, and then Owl said the same thing as Maple. She was still very cold.
Close. Bitterly. Bitterly. You sound that out? Say it one more time, Ellie.
Bitterly.
Good job. That's a hard word. Bitterly. That means really, really, really cold. So bitterly cold means really cold. So she asked those three trees, maple, oak, and elm, if she can build a nest. And LEA, what did they say? No, we don't have any leaves. You're not going to keep warm. So she's bitterly cold. So who do you think she's going to go to, guys? Everybody?
Fir tree.
Not maple.
Fir tree.
Fir tree. So let's see if she does that. That would be the smart thing to do, right? Okay, fingers, everybody on the word squirrel. John, if you're not going to read with me now, you're going to read at morning break. Okay, I need everyone following along and finger tracking. Okay, the next sentence, Ingrid, would you read that?
Squirrel.
Approach, good job.
Fir
Fur, remember the IR says fur.
tree. Excuse me, she said. May I build a nest in your
Branches.
branches?
Okay,
Yes, that would be nice, said Fir tree.
no, remember IR says guys. Fir tree. Okay, all right, start with squirrel. Let's see, Kaden, you haven't read yet. Squirrel.
I also have a question. You forgot? Okay.
Did you lose it again? Okay, all right, start with squirrel, Kaden, and maybe you'll remember it.
Up fir trees, branches, and she made her nest. Soon she was warm, comfortable, and asleep.
So, Kaden, where did she find the perfect spot to make her nest?
Fir tree.
And fir tree. Good. Okay, all right. Kinsley, you want to read part of this? You think you can do it all? Let's start with fir tree.
Fir tree. Finally understood that it
Oh, his.
his
Green.
leaves
Provided.
a
Warm. Shelter.
for
Animals.
in the
Winter. Okay, stop there. Corla, I'm going to have you finish. From that moment on.
That moment on, Fir tree was happy to be different still. Today she remains.
Yes, it's remains. Remains proud.
Of his evergreen leaves.
Good job. All right, thank you, second graders. This is telling Mrs. Emmett what I would like her to do with you guys. So if she calls you, you're going to do some sight words out in the hallway with her, okay?
Finally, we get to
All right, so at the end, the last paragraph here, Fir Tree finally understood his purpose. Why does he have green leaves all year around? Why does he have green leaves all year round? Kinsley?
because so like squirrels can like be warm in them.
Yeah, so that squirrels and other animals can stay warm and have have shelter during the winter time. And from that moment on, was Fir Tree happy? Was he sad? How was he feeling? What do you guys think?
Happy!
Good. He was happy. He said he was happy to be different. Remember on this page? He's different. And even looking back on this page, he is still different. And he's happy to be different. It's okay to be different because we all have a purpose. And he, to this day, is proud that he has, it's called evergreen leaves. Do you guys know that a lot of times in Minnesota, we don't call these fir trees? What do we call them? Evergreen trees, because their leaves stay evergreen. They never change colors. They're always evergreen. So, do you guys believe this myth? The reason why these fir trees or evergreen trees stay green is because of the animals. Do you believe that? It's a myth. So you might believe it, you might not believe it, but usually myths are just made up stories on figuring out a message or a theme or a lesson. Now in this one, what was the message that this myth was trying to teach us? There's a message. What's the message? John, what's the message? And I think the message is Carson, go with Mrs. Emmert, please. The message is almost at the end of the story. Right here. I'm going to play it. I don't know if it'll play. Oh, probably won't play from there. From that moment on, Fir Tree was happy to be different. What was the message that they're trying to teach us through this myth? Libby? What's the message? What are they trying to teach us? I just read it. Listen again, Libby. From that moment on, Fir Tree was happy to be different. From that moment on, Fir Tree was happy to be different. What's the message they're trying to teach us? Okay, Fir Tree wants to be different, but what do you think, Lily? What about being different? John?
He's happy.
Okay, he's happy, but what's the message that they're trying to teach us, Lila?
They're teaching them that everyone's supposed to be different.
Everyone is supposed to be different in their own way. And it's okay to be different and to be happy. Because not one of us, even these trees, even though yes, they all lost their leaves, they're still different. This one's skinny, this one's fat, this one's medium. And on this page, this one's orange, this one's red, this one's golden. So on this page, they're still all different. And the message that they want is us to learn that it is okay to be different. We are all different and to be happy. Okay? Brooklyn.
Like this one, he looks over and he's probably like, why ain't he changing? He's looking at like confused, like his eyes. He's
He looks
why
like confused, doesn't he?
He's like,
Okay, all right, Keaton, last thing.
I remember my question.
Oh, good.
Does Mother Nature text the weatherman what it's supposed to be like?
She should, because a lot of times the weather men or women, most of the time they get it wrong. So she really should, shouldn't she?
This is one thing. When are we